Hi everyone, Mike from CCTV Camera Pros here. In this video, I want to show you how the motorized zoom lens of our new Viewtron 4K Dome IP camera works. So I have the Viewtron IP-A8DZ mounted there behind me on the front of my house. And that has a motorized 2.8 to 12 millimeter lens, also known as a motorized varifocal lens. And the range is 2.8 millimeter to 12 millimeter. And the angle of view ranges from 120 degrees at the widest angle and goes into about 38 degrees at the tightest angle at the 12 millimeter setting. And what I did was I parked my truck at the edge of the driveway out there. And the edge of that driveway is about 80 feet from where the camera is installed on the side of the garage here. And I also have a little piece of artwork just leaned up against the truck there because the artwork has some text on it. And I want to show you at the widest angle, you can't really make out the text. But when you zoom into that 12 millimeter setting, even at 80 feet away, the text on that piece of artwork is completely readable. So I'm going to go inside now to the Viewtron NVR and use the pan tilt zoom controls. This is only a motorized zoom camera. It doesn't pan and tilt, but it's the same PTZ controls on the NVR that can zoom that lens in and out. You can also do it from the mobile app. So when you're installing these cameras, when you want to get the exact angle and zoom level, you can use the Viewtron mobile app to get it dialed in. Let's go inside on the NVR and take a look.
Here's the live security camera view on the Viewtron NVR. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on the screen here and then click on this icon to open up the pan tilt zoom controls. Again, this is not a pan tilt zoom camera. It's just a motorized zoom camera. So we're just going to use the zoom in and out control. So by clicking on the plus icon next to the zoom, I'm now adjusting the lens from that wide 2.8 millimeter all the way into the 12 millimeter setting. And I'll close the PTZ control, and I'm going to click on the screen again and this time do a digital zoom. So this zoom in is a digital zoom function. This is not using the motorized lens, but I just want to show you after we zoomed in how you can read the text on that piece of artwork that's leaned up against my truck. You could see there that you could clearly read that it says Copper Mountain, Colorado. So I'll digitally zoom back out and close the digital zoom controls. And then I'm going to open up the PTZ controls again to zoom the varifocal lens all the way back out. So now I'm adjusting out from the 12 millimeter setting all the way back out to the 2.8 millimeter setting, which gives you about 120 degree angle at that widest setting. And when I back out, I'm going to close the PTZ controls again. And I'm going to open up the digital zoom control. Again, this is a function of the NVR. We're just zooming into the picture digitally. We're not adjusting the lens here. I'll center it on the truck and then zoom in digitally. And you can see at the widest setting, you cannot make out the text on the picture. It is a really nice view of the edge of my driveway and the truck, but not quite zoomed in enough to get the detail of that text.
Guys, I hope this video has been helpful. The 2.8 to 12 millimeter lens on that Viewtron 4K Dome IP camera really gives you a lot of flexibility going from a super wide 120 degree angle of view down to about 35 or 38 degree angle of view. And you can see even at 80 feet, it got zoomed into that piece of art that was leaned up against my truck so that you could clearly read that text, and that text is not that big. The bigger characters on it are about an inch or an inch and a half tall, so that font is not real big. I want to mention a few other things before we wrap up. That Viewtron IP-A8DZ, that's an AI camera, so you can set up human detection, vehicle detection, intrusion zones, virtual tripwires to trigger recording on the NVR, to get a push notification so you know when someone is entering your property. You can trigger external alarms like lights and sirens if you want. These Viewtron AI cameras are extremely flexible. That one's hardwired to a Viewtron NVR in the house, and I do recommend using our Viewtron NVRs with any of our Viewtron IP cameras, especially the AI cameras, because the software integration is really tight and really good. Guys, if you have any questions about anything related to this camera or anything related to security camera systems, you can email me anytime. I can be reached at mike@viewtron.com. If you want to learn more about this 4K IP camera, as well as all the other Viewtron products, please visit www.viewtron.com. Thank you for watching.